The National Security Agency, or NSA, was the victim of a deeply intrusive cyber breach. That we know. What we didn't know was that the breach has taken a very big toll on the country's most secretive intelligence agency. And the business community has something to say about it. Eamon Javers reports.
The headline in the New York Times was arresting. Security breach and spilled secrets have shaken the NSA to its core. The fallout from the paper's reporting, adding new details to accounts of an anonymous group called shadow brokers badly penetrating the American spy agency, stealing some of its most valuable cyber weapons, and selling them on the black market, rippled through the cybersecurity industry Monday. The extent of the damage is stunning. The Times reported the hack has led to millions of computers shut down, thousands of corporate employees' data wiped, and business disruptions from Britain to Brazil, all with cyber tools that American taxpayers paid to develop. And it's all reviving a long-running debate inside the cybersecurity industry. Should the NSA even be in the offensive cybersecurity business, or should it just focus on cyber defense? And what about the companies that have found themselves bearing the brunt of the damage so far? Some argue the NSA has to stay in the offensive cyber hacking game because the secrets it can steal are vital to American national security, even though American companies sometimes pay the price.
Companies are going to get hurt, unfortunately, and they will end up being effectively collateral damage, but it's not going to be, it doesn't make a difference as to whether that collateral damage is caused by the US and the NSA or a foreign intelligence service. If the NSA isn't finding vulnerabilities, you can be sure that a foreign intelligence service still is.
But others are questioning whether simply gathering all these software vulnerabilities in one place is actually making American companies more vulnerable.
The idea that we would put so much trust, so much of the kind of single points of data of failure in the hands of a single organization is something that we need to re-examine, not only as corporations or as individuals, but I think as a country as a whole.
One analyst told me today that big companies have always been damaged in warfare. Countries bomb ports, burn fields, and damage infrastructure in armed conflict. But this is peacetime, and the biggest concern for American companies is that there's no end in sight, meaning that corporations are the soft underbelly that nation-states are attacking in this new, below-the-radar type of conflict. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Eamon Javers in Washington.
And the NSA had this to say in response to Eamon's report, quote, "The NSA regularly discloses information concerning IT vulnerabilities that NSA personnel discover during the course of their foreign intelligence activities. If the government decides to withhold a vulnerability from release, it does so only after careful consideration of the relative risks."